Hey everyone, welcome back to part 2 of the Deathrospective. I am Nate. I am joined by Ian and GamingFish, aka CPQuest. We are going to go through more of my deaths. It's wonderful. List of my failures, all in front of my eyes.
Yeah, boy, did I show up for this, guys. I am happy to be here.
Mm-hmm. I just got.
You can have more deaths to the fucking purple drink wizard over there.
Right? I know. I figured it out pretty quickly, if I recall.
I feel like your frustration to ease of defeat ratio on that one was higher than others because you got frustrated early, but then
I do know. Yeah, I got frustrated early because but then there was this guy in the swamp. This guy was hiding like behind that tree, so I never saw him coming, and I believe that then he just chases me up the stairs.
Yes, and I recall thinking like, you beat the tree dude, the tree boss, way easier than you beat those dudes.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Like I said in the last episode. Yeah. Oh, and now we're in the Abyss Washers. I love this fight. I died to them a ton, but I loved every minute of it. I may have gotten like momentarily frustrated, but this is awesome. I love this fight.
This boss generally to me is one of like the highlights of the game, just full stop. Mm-hmm. And this to me is the first like spectacular boss fight that you get in this game.
It throws you off so much.
Yes. Yeah, and it plus I like the humanoid fights anyway, so this was a blast for me. I enjoyed this one. I love how they fight each other, and you definitely work them against each other. Like you had a strategy. This is the first fight I thought that you had like a real Dark Souls strat going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know. So you did some calculations, which I thought it's one of my favorite parts of Dark Souls. Like you get fucked up, and then when you're like loading again, you're like, okay, what did I do wrong? How do I do this better? Yeah, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So absolutely.
That's why these are always my like beginning, like mid game, I guess. Boss, harder boss.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're definitely challenging, and obviously, Nate, I think we've already seen 4 or 5 deaths here against them. They're not.
Yeah, and so many things can change. Like how helpful is your extra dude? You know, do they both team up on him, or do they go 1v1 and then the other 1v1?
Yeah, and that's part of that strategy thing because you gotta make choices. Like, and
it's such a dynamic fight, and it's never the same twice.
No, not even close.
Plus, I just love the idea behind these dudes. The fact that they're like fanboys of Artorias is so fucking cool. Like, obviously, I'm not like a huge lore hound of any game, but like as far as
I know so much about these guys now.
Where it goes in game, this is so cool. Guys, if anybody who's watching, if you haven't played Dark Souls 1, go play Dark Souls 1 or check out a lore from like Bati Video or somebody just for Artorias specifically. So cool, such a cool narrative, and you come back and watch the Abyss Watchers fight. It's so cool. The story is awesome.
Oh,
I don't remember what this area is.
This is the lead up to the cathedral.
Yes.
When
and this is another stretch where there isn't a bonfire for a long time. Yeah. So if you die there, you really pay a fucking price.
Yes. And then what? This is an NPC character, but
yeah. We're on Catacombs.
That was me overcommitting. I was dedicated to the kill, and it got me killed.
Yeah. You're too aggro, man. Oh, these guys, these guys are really frustrated because they were desynching on you.
He had a hard time going through this area at the beginning. Figured it out.
And
I think we both, GamingFish, me,
there it is.
Kind of like warning Nate of this area.
That is some Donkey Kong bullshit right there.
I knew that one was coming. I was kind of waiting for that. Mm-hmm. The ball of bones really will fuck you up.
It took me forever to figure out how to kill that thing, too.
Well, it's kind of sentient, you know? It goes back and forth. It doesn't follow physics. So, yeah, which is kind of cool.
You have to destroy the summoner to get past.
Yeah, and I didn't, and because you're always rushed through that doorway, you never turn around.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't really
this fight is actually, in hindsight, super terrifying.
It is.
Like I wasn't really all that afraid of it. I wasn't really all that afraid of it, like in the moment. But like once I knew the lore and what's actually happening in this spot, I'm like, oh my god, this is horrifying.
So, man, you know how through this whole playthrough, you kind of did way better than I was hoping you would do. I was hoping you'd die a lot. You actually did worse on that specific boss fight than most people do.
Yeah.
That's usually like one of the easiest bosses.
Mm-hmm. And then I kill this guy in one. So this is par for the course, though, for killing this guy. Though.
And this one is, I like the concept of this fight because you're fighting a whole crew of people, but
and then he eats the dog.
I see. Yeah, I remember crossing the bridge, and then I happened to look behind me at just the right time to see him jump down. I was like, oh dear God, no.
Yeah.
And then
this is a very cinematic. intro to this.
His lunging attacks on the bridge. They are almost impossible to get away from. He covers so much ground.
And then later on in the game, little do you know, they throw 2 of these guys at you at once.
Yeah.
In Orlando. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right before you get up to Orlando. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's like a little cavern down there. Which you struggled with there too. But to be fair, that's a
this entire area he struggled. It was his buffer of getting better.
Yeah, this was a wall. This is an environmental wall. That's absolutely true. Like, sometimes there's boss walls. Other times there's like world walls. I feel like Irithyll is a world wall for a lot of people.
For sure.
This is
all the enemies have a lot of moves.
Yeah, this whole road. It's like a road.
Oh, right. 3, 2. Yeah. Three of them sticking out of me.
On the fucking balcony. I love it.
I thought I could get underneath of him. Nope, not gonna happen.
Tag team by the knight at the bottom.
Oh, I'm getting bodied by that guy. And he's just like,
yep,
that was easy.
The way they move, like
I don't like that.
He's just reaping me. Look at that.
Jesus.
I just don't like their movement. They're so they're fast, but they're also very sluggish.
Yes.
Right. That was the hardest thing I think for these guys. For me, is that I realized that they had different timing. They had really quick, no prep attacks. Yeah, no prep, no expectant movements ahead of time. They just charge you and slash you.
Because they use different weapons, it's sort of like one of the. Yeah. I feel like that was the point where I kind of learned they almost have like weapon arts. The villains in this game have weapon arts. You have weapon arts.
And then there's this motherfucker. I did not know for the longest time that he was parryable. I didn't know you could parry bosses.
This is a blockbuster fight to me with all the particle.
Oh yeah, this is the halftime show of the game. Yes. I'm pretty sure.
I agree. I think this is maybe the most visually spectacular fight in the game. Oh, maybe. I mean, there are other contenders, but I think this might be the one.
Oh, for sure.
Like the giant square that I made in the top right-hand corner doesn't help, but it's all I can do. The chat.
That's
Bring
fine.
in the chat.
Yeah. I think we redimensioned the chat after that. After this. It was taking up a lot of room.
This is not a replay of chat. We're looking at Pontiff Suleiman.
Right?
Tune up Nate here.
Oh my god.
This boss fight was just funny to watch. I was really wanting just to come out here and help you. Just show you how to kill him.
I think my major failing here was that I kept trying to roll out of his range, and you kept telling me to run, and I didn't see the point because running doesn't have iframes, but I didn't realize how much faster it is.
And then I seem to remember, I feel like you didn't actually, so obviously you died a lot to this boss, it was a trial, but I don't feel like you ever got to a point where you were like, all right, we gotta quit. Like there were no.
Yeah, no, I loved fighting this guy.
That's what I felt like. I felt like you actually really enjoyed it, even though you died a lot.
Yeah, it was like, okay, he kicked my ass that time, but I think I want to try this one thing.
That's the magic of Dark Souls. There is usually a boss or two per game where it's like, I don't care how many times I die to this guy. It's awesome.
And then I realized once I get to a second phase, I was like, oh my god, there's 2 of them.
Yeah, you sort of feel like, I don't know that I can do this, actually.
Right?
And then you realize, okay, I was
like, how do they expect me to do this? It's not fair.
Yeah, that's a scary point. That's very scary.
A two-phase boss.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah,
well, there are. It's a true. Yeah, like the
Abyss Watchers does have one, but it's really more.
All major bosses have like an embered state. Like all the Lords of Cinder have an embered state.
Yeah.
But they don't change a lot. They just have fire added.
Yeah, exactly. I think the Abyss Watchers they have technically 2 phases.
Yeah.
But because it's multiple dudes, that's kind of what the phases are.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas this one is just the one guy who then duplicates himself and comes out with different attacks.
Where they literally foreshadowed attack coming at you.
Right. Whereas in the Abyss Watchers, their actual moves don't really change that much. Mm-hmm. It's just sort of like their cadence, their pacing changes. Whereas this is like, it's oh shit, it's too much. It's overwhelming. I don't think I can handle this.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Just watching him dart over my dead corpse with his shadow.
Look how many times?
21 times.
Yeah,
we've done this a lot.
Yeah, this is probably the bulk of the video right here. Just me fighting this guy.
Oh, probably is. Yeah. Did we do this? Probably spanned more than one episode. I'm guessing.
No, I think we only did one episode. This is like all we did.
I guess we must have gotten here pretty early in the session.
Yeah, I remember doing Irithyll for Christmas.
Yeah, we were lost in Irithyll for like a little while because we couldn't remember how to get to the boss. We had to go the back way in.
Oh, and then there's
God.
this.
This is my least favorite area.
I gotta say, I didn't die as many times as I remembered.
No.
Like, I thought I died a ton.
You didn't die nearly as much as I expected. I actually died more than you, I think, in this area. Because the mechanic of these fucking...
Yeah.
Like,
witches. Those pokers are insane. Like, they do so much damage, and then they limit your...
They take your life bar away. Like
yes. And then there's so much... Look at that. Look how much damage that thing did, and he just pokes me. Like, they're not actually swinging it, they're just touching me with it.
Yeah. I wish when you use this in the game, I wish you could use that do that much damage.
Right, exactly.
So that's true. So many weapons in this game. So like when you get into the Ringed City and you get the shields and shit, the special shields that the Ringed Knights use, none of that is as cool as what they get to use. Like when you get their shit, when you do their stuff, it's never as cool.
Oh, big Yormy boy.
Oh, here we go.
That's when I realized you can't one-shot me if I'm anything less than 100% health. Maybe even that.
Yeah, this is the gimmicky boss.
Unless you have like 2,000 HP or whatever, right?
Yeah, for real.
And didn't you guys go back and do this?
We did this. We did this on GamingFish's channel. Right? Yeah, we did it the old-fashioned way. We did it the long way. Yeah. But I gotta tell you, this is me figuring out the Storm Reaver, whatever it was.
Which actually, I always felt a little bit sad that we didn't really like get a callback on this weapon because I always thought it was a really cool weapon. The mechanic was cool.
Yeah, except it's only really functional for one fight.
Yeah, it's a one-time use kind of thing. I mean, I guess there are probably like those fringe people out there who like main that weapon for their whole life.
Oh yeah, you can use it. Like it is a viable weapon if you know how to use it properly without using its ability all the time.
Yeah.
Which that's like a credit.
Setup.
To me, that's a credit to Miyazaki. Like there's so many weapons in this game, and you can main any one of them and dominate if you play it.
Oh yeah,
it's cool. Especially in PvP, you can compete in PvP with any weapon, which is really hard to balance. I'm very impressed.
Yeah,
by that.
I think the only thing that's not really feasible. Oh, never mind. We'll tell you about that next time.
Yeah,
See you guys.
See you guys next time.
Bye.